What's going on, guys? It's Chase back in the city of Rogaine. It's actually Rogate, but we're back in the city. This is just a city that I put together because it's going to cause issues. It's going to have issues. It's going to allow us to go over issues, but it's also going to do things some pretty well. We have a ton of traffic over here because everybody in the world wants to come visit this magnificent city that only has one entrance to get into it because I won City Planner of the Year award. Um, but what it really does well is the production of money. $1 million an hour is something that's very easy to obtain. There's only a few things that we have to go about it. Whenever you're building your city and stuff, and whenever it comes to, you can see in my realistic city build, I don't touch a lot of stuff whenever it comes to the taxation. It's going to be something that you can alleviate in the end, but where it sits at about the 9 to 11% range is where you're going to want to have it sit all the time. I do have some certain things in here switched around, so you'll see that I do tax my less educated people more than my highly educated people. It's going to force highly educated people to move into the city, and we actually make a lot of revenue off of these people. The educated and through the highly educated is where we make the most money. It forces people to have educations, which is going to force more office jobs, and it's going to force more high-end industrial jobs that are going on, and these are going to make you a ton of money as well. So it's really about finding a performance between the taxation once your city is big enough to where it all rolls through. So my well-educated, although it's only a percent or two, it is enticing to them, especially whenever it's that percentage of money that they're making that they get to keep. The game is very good at processing that. It is as a win-win, win-lose, lose-lose, win-win-win situation. Um, so what we have here is we have the software, telecom, financial, and media services down here. They make a shit ton of money, but the telecom makes a ton of money and the software makes a ton of money. Software is going to happen because software is going to happen because if you didn't answer the question both the times that I asked, software is going to happen because people are well educated within the cities. Higher taxes slow down the office building up levels, so there's less money for them to go ahead and upgrade their buildings and stuff. So we keep it 10% across the board. If we're really looking to push all of our office spaces up to level 5 real quick, we can actually take our percentages, or any of these for the fact, we can take these percentages here in the taxation screen and lower them all down. This is going to help all of our buildings go up to higher levels because people have more money laying around whenever it comes to. So it's whenever you feel comfortable, like it being at $1 million an hour or $31 million a month from taxation. If you think that you can cut a million or two out of this, take your highly educated people or something, or take your software firms or something of the sorts, and lower your percentages down to 6 or 7% and watch your buildings upgrade real quick. But this is going to be something that you're touching at a later time. Just know that they do work together. The computer is very good at figuring out the way that these things work together. Some things have changed since the last times that I went over this, so this is something new here, definitely. The next thing is services. The amount of services that you have is very dependent on the amount of people that you have in the city, and a lot of things are going to cost you a lot of money. I mean, your communications is going to cost you a lot of money. Transportation. Now, I don't have a lot of transportation in the city, which is the crazy thing. We have a bus depot, we have some taxis and stuff. I think we have a subway yard that has like maybe 3 or 4 different routes that it goes on. If I added to those, that could go ahead and give me less traffic and stuff in the city because there'd be less people trying to drive around in the city and stuff of the sorts. But it's sort of the balance game that I played whenever I was trying to create a good city that does great things but also has bad things going on. So transportation, there's only 1.4, there's $1.4 million spent. There's not a lot going on with it, if I'm honest with you. Garbage management, we have $1 million that's going into that, but there's one thing that is hidden whenever it comes to, and that is the electricity that's going on here. The fees that we have are 457,000. We're exporting 630,000. Now this goes down as the city grows, But as I add on more production places, this is continuously something that's going to end up making you money. This is one of the first things that I aim for. If you're starting the game with $1 million or $2 million or whatever you want to, whether it's easy or you're starting in a normal, whatever it comes to, whenever you're coming down through this, one of the first things that I do, electricity, gas powered plant, is going to be one of the first ones that I do. This one, I believe, is only two available developmental points is all it's going to take. I believe it's two. It's either two or three. However, when it comes to, you do have to spend $650,000. So normally it's going to be whenever I hit around level 3 that this is going to happen. So that's whenever the gas power plant gets put on. By that time, I'm already connected to the outside grid. I already have a transformer that's going to be able to hold in the amount of electricity that I need going into my grid. And then I want to connect this to my transformer and the outside grid. The amount of 250 megawatts that it goes ahead and produces, the upkeep, yes. The upkeep, yes, is $250,000. However, only exporting 120 megawatts, which you're going to be exporting close to probably 150, 175 whenever you first place this down. I mean, the only thing that's really powering my city is this gas power plant and an incinerator. Those are the only two things that are powering this place. So with the gas power plant and the incinerator, we are powering for 150,000 people, and we're still exporting 120. That export of 120 comes out to, whenever you're looking at it, $630,000 in exports. Now we have $702,000 in maintenance. Don't get me wrong on that. There's a ton of maintenance that comes with that stuff, but this stuff usually adds up to be more, especially if you're turning your service fee up. Now your service fees, you're going to be able to go ahead and take a look down on the right hand corner there. Whenever it comes to the service fee, your service fee is going to have the electricity consumption. You're going to have the company efficiency and the citizen happiness. I move this service fee until the citizen's happiness hits -1%. Once it hits -1%, I drop it down to the percentage before that. Keep the citizens happy. The company efficiency, yes, it's -1, but our electricity consumption is -7%. So in the end, we're having less people use electricity or as much electricity. They're paying a little bit more for the electricity that they're using, but it allows us to force more into the export area. As you see, things are switching around right now. 600,000, 458. This is switching around because people are building into the city, so there's going to be some numbers that are switching around. The next thing that we have, which is the weirdest thing ever, is going to be education. Schools, colleges, universities that provide education and prepare citizens for different jobs. This is something that has fees. It's going to have tuitions and stuff going on. So if we take a look around the city at like our technical institute and things of the sorts, these cost a ton of money. Yes, I understand that they absolutely cost a ton of money. But these guys are going to make you a ton of money. So right now we have $25,000 a month, 28, 60, 75, 86. So we have $275,000 a month going out for upkeep. However, and I mean however, this causes efficiency. This causes people to perform better in this field. This drops recovery failures. This adds hospital efficiency. This adds health within a kilometer. Makes a difference. Makes a huge difference. The college that we have here, we have $231,000 going out per month. This is going to be something that creates some efficiency up here, but it's also bringing in some money. You could go ahead and dial up to districts. I know there's a lot of people that are going to tell you, oh, if you place this down, you should select it into an operating district. Well, if you select it into an operating district, people from outside the city can't come in and go ahead and use it. You're going to create a little bit more from that. We have the Technical Institute. You have $129,000 a month that's going on it, but your industrial efficiency and office efficiency goes up. They're going to be making more money. So this is something that you really want to focus on. Your education is going to be a big thing, and education isn't something that just like gets people into better jobs and then they will make more money and pay more taxes, but it's also going to be something that people from other places come in and they truly go ahead and pay for this schooling. I was trying to think of a way to put it there, just that they pay for the schooling. So that's going to be something that brings in as well. How quickly can you make your city self efficient to the point that it's making money and you're off the grid from anybody else? I would say by the time that this is around, I would say probably Grand Village. I mean, by this point, you get 150, 300, 450, and 600. At this point here, you got oil drilling, bus deep. Yeah, you got all this stuff that you're getting in here. This plus you got, what do we got here? Policies. There it is. That's the biggest thing that you need right there, policies. So you can take a loan out as well if you really need to go ahead and build this stuff. If you take a loan out, the first loan that you take out, you should build this gas power plant. If you're taking a loan out and build that gas power plant, I promise you that it will make you so much money. You will go broke for a second, but you will instantly, from putting down that gas power plant, within a couple minutes of you putting it down, you're making about 40 or 50,000 an hour just off of that. So if you're going to get that loan limit right there that you're getting from the bank, take that loan, buy the gas power plant. You should be completely self-efficient by Grand Village. If you have anybody that's telling you otherwise, like Grand Village, tiny town, that should be your spot of where you are completely on your own, making money and having a ton of people move in. At that point, once you have 50,000 rolling in every single hour, you can sort of start distributing your services and everything very well. And whenever your services get distributed very well, you end up having more revenue come in, and also it allows you to build more roads, more houses, get more people into the city, and it causes you to make a lot of money. So this has, it's over $1 million now that we're going per hour. So this is just goes to show you it's a city that's running by itself, has an issue with people dying, but it doesn't have an issue with money because money never dies. But if this did help you and you guys learned anything, make sure to go ahead and leave a like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if there's anything that you guys need help with in the future. This game is a love of my life. So if you guys need anything, let me know. I hope to see you guys in the next video. I have been Chase, and I'm out. Peace.